Media.
Hello, and welcome to the Media Channel. I'm your host, William Hugh. You know, sometimes a film script will call for the use of a gun. Now, happily, here in the UK, real guns are very difficult, if not impossible, to come by. So that's good. But if the script calls for one, then that means that you're going to have to source and pay for a replica weapon, which can be very expensive indeed. But there is an alternative for those of us on a budget. And that involves purchasing a toy gun and converting it into a realistic prop. This is what I did, and this is how I did it. Here's a toy AK-47 I bought at Colwyn Bay Market for £5. It's pretty much full-sized and detailed, but nevertheless an obvious toy. What I wanted was a more authentic, war-torn look, something like this. And so, to enable me to use it as a prop, I'm going to paint it. Handily, the toy dismantles into component parts, which means I could be painting one bit while another bit is drying. The only paint I will be using in this process are these two cheap sprays, one silver and one matte black. The first and most obvious thing I need to get rid of is the red light housing on the end of the barrel. This was easily sorted out by simply spraying it matte black. While I've got the black spray in use, I'm going to use it to darken and dirty the almost orange stock. I'll do this by spraying into the crevices and then wiping the still wet paint with a soft cloth. Which gives it a nice sort of "I've been on the battlefield for years" look about it. And I'll give the handstock the same sort of spray and wipe treatment. There, that looks nice and dirty. Now to add some wear to the metal parts. For this, I'm going to use the silver spray by spraying some into the bottom of the cap like this, and then using a soft cloth. I'm going to lightly smear the high spots on the corners of the magazine. In fact, anywhere that would receive wear on the real item. I'm also rubbing some of the paint with the dry cloth to spread the wear, and this will simulate the way that the metal eventually wears through the original paint finish of a real gun. The finished article gives a good impression of being made of worn metal instead of shiny new plastic. Next, the gun sight. Again, the same technique, rubbing the high spots and corners until it looks distressed, as they say in the antiques trade. And now the gun body itself. Here I've given the whole casing some wear, as well as extra on the high spots and corners. And finally, the same treatment on the barrel. The amount of paint I've used per weapon is tiny. There's easily enough in my 2 tins to do 20 or so rifles. And when we're all done, this is what we get. Just put it all together again to see the finished article. And there it is. The painted gun now looks like a genuine battered war veteran. But of course that's only half the illusion. And your editor will have to provide the other half. Nice shooting. So there you go, believable weapons at a budget price. Hope it was useful. Well, that's all for this episode, but if you've enjoyed the video, then don't forget to comment, like and share. And I'll see you here next time on the Media Channel.